The first question asked is, what are the most common mistake practitioners make when taking a case? I would say there are two big mistakes. The first one is the case is not thoroughly taken enough. You have to take a case with great patience and be thorough. That means that every chief complaint is thoroughly investigated. All the modality of each complaint is investigated. All the symptom, all the concomitant symptoms are investigated. And you proceed like this with each chief complaint. After that, you try to find out who is the person having these problems. So you have to investigate every aspect of the person. Particularly if the person has never been treated with homeopathy, you want to investigate all the symptoms since they're a child, since they were born, or perhaps conception. So anything that is peculiar about them can still be pertinent today. So Hahnemann, no, it was unique in the approach of Hahnemann to have a case so voluminous, all aspect of the personality, behavior of the person is taken into account as a unity. So you want to match the symptom of the disease and the symptom of the person, and it should form one unity. So that's the key. When I see a lot of failure from other practitioners, I see there are failures, and usually it will take me about 3 to 4 hours to take a case of a person that has a very complex chronic disease, which perhaps does not respond yet to homeopathy. And I take the case and I'm satisfied and I find the remedy and the patient responds well to the remedy. But I go back to the patient and says, you've seen 2, 3, or 4 practitioners before me. Can you tell me how much time each has taken to take your case? And the rule is they have taken between 1 hour to an hour and a half, rarely more than that. And that's significant because I could not have had the answer in an hour and a half. So how could they think? How are they thinking about? Well, I'm not sure which part of the case they didn't take into account. So even if you have an expert looking at a case that is not well taken, that is incompletely taken, the expert will not unlikely be able to find the remedy that the patients need. On the other hand, if you have a case that is well taken, that means it's thorough, everything has been investigated. Like, nothing should escape the eye of a Sherlock Holmes. And so you must understand the whole gestalt and everything that is characteristic about it. You must perceive. That's the key there. And if you have a complete case, then beginners can even find a remedy. So that's the fundamental key, a thorough case. The other aspect, a bit less important, is the case might not be objective. You have an idea which remedy the patient needs, and you ask questions to prove that this is the remedy the person needs. So you say, oh, maybe this patient needs lachesis. And you say, how are you with the binding of clothes? And the patient said, like this. Oh, it bothers you. You around the neck? Yeah. Okay, so you kind of push the idea. So you've lost your objectivity. Once you've lost your objectivity, you have lost the case to some degree. So every time you find out that you're not being objective, you have to come back to the case, to yourself and say, Andre, listen, you're not being objective right now. And every time you say that, you will learn to return to objectivity. And within a few weeks or 10, 15 times of saying, Andre, you're not being objective right now. Mary, you're not being objective right now. You will start to be objective will become more like a second nature. It's very, very important that a case is thoroughly taken and you remain objective right till the end. After you finish your examination of the patient, including the physical exam, that's when it's finished. I'll give you an example how important it is to be thorough and objective. Once I had a patient, I was taking the case, and I had an idea of the remedy the person needed. And then when I came to the physical exam, I did the whole physical exam, and the last aspect of, no, not the last aspect actually. No, it would be the first aspect of the physical exam. I say, show me your hands, and I say, your nails they were all ingrown. So I look at the other hand also were ingrown. So the 10 finger were ingrown on both sides. She says, oh, my feet also ingrown. She never told me that. And so here we had 10 feet, 10 toes and 10 fingers with ingrown nails on both sides of the nail. This is extraordinary. I've never seen that before. I don't think I'll see it again. But it changed completely my conception of the case when I saw that there was the ingrown toenail was such an important factor in the case. I came back and I looked at the case and I saw a new picture of the remedy once I did that. So the case is not finished until you're it's like in baseball, until the last out at the bottom of the ninth inning. That's when the game is finished. So it's not finished until you have complete and investigate everything, and then you have all the piece of the puzzle to be able to put it together. So if in 2 years from now the patient is not better, you can go back to your original case and you can rely on it. You don't need to retake the case because you know your case was done completely. It's just you have to see it from a different perspective. So these are the two most important aspects in case taking, would be to have a case that is thoroughly taken, and it has to be done in objective way.